What's up, Buttercups? My name is Caitlin Donald, and I am the Dubuque Museum of Art's Education Fellow. This is a Thursday video, so it's going to be pretty casual. It's just going to be me chatting with you guys. And I thought today's topic would be really cool to talk about Cubism. So Cubism was around in the early 1900s. And it was a new way for artists to try and represent reality, which is always kind of the goal, right? Every artist wants to represent some aspect of reality in some way. And that can look like a lot of different things. So if you think about your art classes or when you're drawing with your friends, some of you are drawing dragons, some of you are drawing very realistic things in front of you, some of you are making comic books, and it's all really cool, and it all represents something in reality. So for instance, let's take Harry Potter. Wizards aren't real, but the themes of friendship and family are, and those are very human things. Those are things that affect us very personally, but we're not out there casting spells. So just because something doesn't look real doesn't mean it doesn't show us some side of reality. And that's a really important thing for an artist. And that's why I think artists are really, really important. Because an artist shows you a different viewpoint of what life is. And a lot of times it's a viewpoint that we don't normally see from day to day. It's not something that we see on our walk to work or our walk to school. Cubism was an attempt to show reality as three-dimensional, but on a 2D surface. So what cubists would do is they would look at an object. I'll put you over here. So they would look at an object, and then they would look at a section of the object and paint it, and another section of the object and paint it, and then another section of the object and paint it, and another section. So they would take all these different viewpoints of something or someone, and they would put them into the painting. So let's go back to Picasso. So you can see, let's see if I can have a little pointer. You see a side view of her lips. You see the other side of her nose. You see a front view of one eye, kind of a side view of that eye. We have an ear, we have her neck and her neck. So we have all these different viewpoints of a person or an object. And what Picasso has done is he's blended them all together. So he's taken all these viewpoints and he's painted them in one painting, which is really, really cool. Most people agree that Pablo Picasso, was the creator of Cubism, but let's see. There we go. Go away, there. But George Braque is also an extremely influential painter as well. So this is a cup on a table. But it's all these different viewpoints of a cup on a table. And what I really like, so this is another Picasso, and I'll kind of try to go fast and make this not super boring, but what's really, really cool is in a lot of Cubist paintings, especially some of Picasso's, there's not a lot of depth. So depth is when you can walk into something. So if you're standing on a mountaintop and looking over a huge, huge landscape, there's so much depth there. But if you were standing in front of a wall, there's no depth. You can't really go into a wall, can you? You can try. It's not going to go well, but you can try. So for Picasso, if you notice, so he's painting these very three-dimensional objects. So we have our string instrument, we have a bowl of fruit up here, and it's an object from all different viewpoints, from all different sides. So he's trying to paint something very 3D in a different way. But there's not a lot of depth there. I can't go into this painting and maybe grab an apple in a way that I would an old still life that's painted very realistically and very beautifully in a very beautiful room, right? And that's a really cool thing because it really forces us, the viewer, to acknowledge that this is a painting. So this object is a painting, just like this object is a tablet. and it's not meant to kind of be an illusion of space. And so that's kind of a really cool thing that Cubists can do. So that's kind of my quick Cubist rambling. This is another Picasso. This is one of his. There's a lot of string instruments. Oh, I forgot. So this one is really cool. So this is called Nude Descending a Staircase by Marcel Duchamp. And what I really like is he takes snippets of a person, but do you notice anything different about this one, say from this one, other than color and shape? So this one is very stationary, right? We can tell that it's a woman. We can tell that she's sitting in front of the canvas somewhat. She's very stationary. She's sitting very still. Duchamp not only took a lot of viewpoints and snippets from the figure, from the person, but he took snippets from time. So he took different viewpoints of time to kind of show that she's walking down the stairs. There's a lot of movement in this painting, and that's what I really love about this one. And I think that's mostly all of them. So we can kind of talk about what I would like you guys to do if you want to do it. It's not, you know, something to be forced. But I think it's fun. So if you guys want to do a project at home, you can pick an object. So I picked my tiny table. Grab your sketchbook. And then I want you to set a timer for 1 minute. 1 minute. And I want you to pick a cool section of your object, a section that you want to draw. So I'm going to draw, I think, like that section right there. So then you draw that section, and you have a minute. Drawing. And then your timer will probably go off. So after a minute, what you're gonna do is you're gonna move your object and you're gonna pick a different section. So now I'm gonna draw, I think, that section right there. So then, actually, and you're just going to keep doing that. And eventually, what you'll have is something, and there's kind of some wood pattern. I'm going to blend it forward, and then the timer goes off. So then we'll do like this thing. So just keep kind of doing that, and eventually you will have a Cubist painting. Kind of quickly did this. I wish I had more time to do some of the stuff. Again, if you guys make anything cool, I would love to see it. You can, this is my table, my Cubist table. So you can send it to us on the Dubuque Museum of Art's Facebook. You can comment if you want me to do anything or cover any topics that you would think would be interesting. I can try and do that. I will see you guys later. The next video is going to be on miniatures, so I'm really excited about that. And that one is going to be uploaded on Tuesday. All right, peace out, guys.